Oh, hello there, you. You look divine, as always. It's not really a surprise at this point, is it? You just look good. Hi, good news, I got some art on the walls. Other good news, I now own a wireless microphone, which means I don't need to be right next to the camera. Wow, technology. What will you think of next? All right, so now let's do a little bit of a Q&A. And by a little bit, I mean that's entirely what this video is. It's just questions and answers. You asked me questions on Twitter, and they were fantastic questions. And now I'm going to answer them. Well, some of them. A few of them. There was a lot of questions. Brazica asks a very important question, which is, do you like cabbage? And the answer, it might surprise you. I do like cabbage. Cabbage has a lot of uses. A nice cabbage slaw on some tacos. You can't really go wrong. It's fresh, it's crisp, it has that bite. Ooh, I never thought I'd get so excited talking about cabbage, but here we are. That's the joy of doing Q&A. You never know what's gonna happen, except I do, because I've already selected the questions. Everything's a lie, nothing's real. Lux asks, what are my video game hot takes? Do I have any opinions that might be controversial? Boy, do I. I'm probably gonna get canceled and my career's over. But whatever, content. Ooh, sweet content. So here's some, I'll rattle them off. DLC, love it. Charge me, daddy. Always needing internet connection, even if it's only single player. Oh yes, make my life hard. Large studios delivering unfinished games that they patch over a period of months, if not years. Oh, I deserve it. That's a bamboozle. I do not like those things. I think most people don't. You know, look at us, look at us, look at us. But my real controversial opinions would be, let me just add some context here. Hey, let's get a little closer. I can do this now. I have a wireless lav painter tape to my chest. When it comes to one's opinions, they're that person's opinions. If I say something that you disagree with, that is totally fine. I don't think lesser of you, and I hope that you don't think lesser of me. If we happen to agree on an opinion, that's also wonderful, but know that there's other people who don't, and that is totally okay, because we're all individuals with our own little meat cubes in our brains. This is it. This is my career ending. Final Fantasy, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I do not particularly care for JRPGs of any flavor. Not really my thing. Sorry, Kevin Lieber. He loves JRPGs. I'm pretty sure he's like 90% JRPG.
Xenogears is my favorite game of all time.
And here's another one. Devil May Cry, that series, I buy every single one and I'm like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna like it, and I just don't. It's like a soap opera. The action stuff's fine, but then there's like a million cutscenes every single time, and like, oh, here's a big one. Let's get into consoles. I think that any console you want is totally fine. Whatever you think that fits within your budget or fits within the ecosystem that you have, that's the game console for you. Because at the end of the day, what matters, it's playing video games. Or hey, you know, Skyrim, let's just keep squeezing the blood out of that baby. Yeah, Skyrim, now available on a Tic Tac case. Lexi Violet, hi, I miss you too. Why Brooklyn? Great question. I just love Brooklyn. It's where I lived for a very long time. And it feels good. It feels like home, and depending on where you live in Brooklyn, it's also a little bit cheaper than Manhattan. And then stream soon, yes, as soon as I have a computer that isn't broken. Edgar asks how I got into building PCs or where I learned it, because I built one for my friend Mike, I've built a few other computers for friends. So when I was a young lad, about 14, I was a bag boy at a grocery store. But I used that money to build myself a computer. And for that one, I was a longtime subscriber of the magazine Maximum PC. After that, actually, I used YouTube when I got older. And I was like, how do I do this again? And that's how I talked for some reason, with a little bit of a southern twang. There was actually a YouTuber who's my very good friend, Austin Evans. I would watch his videos to learn how to do it. So I would highly recommend, if you want to build a PC and you need a video to help you, Austin Evans. Building computers, let's go! So what was the other part of the question? Oh, books. Yes, let me get a book. Where is it? The Old Place by Bobby Finger. Bobby is, full disclosure, my friend, and he's a wonderful, wonderful writer, and this is his first novel, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is very, 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 very good. Hussein asks a very good question, which is, have you ever lost motivation to finish something, be it a project or a goal, and how do you get back on track? Taco emoji, taco emoji, taco emoji, taco emoji, taco emoji. So here's what I've learned. If there is something that I'm excited about or that's very important to me, it doesn't mean that I'm going to do it immediately, because sometimes in your life, and you've probably experienced this, you don't have total control over everything. Not everything will happen exactly when you want it to, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. An example of this would be, Could You Survive the Movies? I was working on that show, pitching it since 2015, and I kept trying because I was excited about it. But I would wait for the right opportunity to bring it back up again. And then in 2018, I actually got to make the real version. But it takes time. It doesn't mean that I gave up. It just meant that I had to nurture it more, and I had to think about it more and wait for that right opportunity to bring it. If you spend too much time fixating on something, like let's take an edit, for example, you're editing a video. At some point it just has to be done because you could spend the rest of your life being like, no, it's not finished, no, it's not perfect, I need to adjust this, oh, there's one frame here that I don't like, or I need to put this new asset on top here. At some point, it is finished, and the best that you can do is put it out there and see what happens, and then use that to learn from. Because you're not just going to make one thing, you're going to make many things. Everything that you make that builds that staircase further up is a way to learn how to build a better stair for the next one, and then an even better one. So by the time you get to the top, you're like, wow, this is a beautiful staircase right here. The other ones, the wood might be wearing out, or maybe there wasn't enough nails and I kind of missed a spot there with the varnish, but it functions. It's still a step. Matthias, what is the best smelling number in the alphabet? Oh, easy. Squoob. Sally, great question. Have your priorities changed since starting YouTube? When I first started making YouTube content, it was really fun. And then it started doing better, and it started doing better, and it started doing better. And I was so fixated on, okay, I gotta keep this audience, I gotta get more popular, I need more views, I need to do all these things. And for a good 3 or 4 years, I fixated on that. And in doing so, I lost focus on other things, which was my friendships and my personal relationships. And I didn't have time to see anybody anymore because I was always working on videos. You know, I was trying to do like a video every 5 days or something on Vsauce 3 back then. And it took me time to realize like that, while important, isn't the end all be all. So Sally, I will say that what changed for me was that I realized how I needed to focus on others that aren't just through a lens or on a computer, but the people in my life. Rex Wrath asks, any projects in the works? Yes, Rex. Anyway, thanks for watching, but I'm in development on a new series that I'm very excited about. It's an idea that I've had even before Could You Saw the Movies. I think it's a really, really great show. I think we delivered a really fantastic premise that fits within what I like to do, right? Where it's like still science focused, where we're doing crazy builds and we're doing crazy demonstrations, but there's still that narrative element to make it feel like more, and that's very important to me. The other main projects are really just like focusing on this channel, focusing on Vsauce 3. When I get a computer again, focusing on live streaming. Like I've missed just some outlet, some creative thing, even though these aren't the most in-depth involved videos, like I think I've changed camera angles 3 times, I just miss it. I miss the act of doing this, of just creating. Let's just teeter down and look at Fajita real quick. Oh, buddy. But I'm gonna take him for a WALK in a moment. But before I do that, thank you so much for the questions. It was great. If you wanna follow me on Twitter and Instagram, there are links down there. And remember, it's not goodbye. Oh no, it's never goodbye. It's...